Hello everyone. So, after my last video I had a few questions asking me, can you only use like printer paper in your cinch? And the answer is no. And I will show you that right now because my husband has requested a tool log book made out of simple index cards. So we just picked up some 4x6 index cards from the dollar store. You could tell they're jot. And we are just going to create a cute little tool log for him. And what I did was I took my Cricut Joy Extra and I just printed out that. And you're supposed to use it as a print and cut. I'm not worried about that. I'm just going to cut it out myself to the way that I want it, just to make it easy and quick. So I'm just using my scissors, cutting it out. And what we are going to do is we are going to laminate the cover. So, what I want to do first is get my little toolbox cut out. I am by no means the perfect fussy cutter, so if this was for, an order, I would be using the Cricut, but because it's just for us and will end up being put into his toolbox, I am just going to go ahead and cut it myself, and that way I can have my tool table occupied with my laminator heating up. I'm just going to double check that and we'll be right back. Okay, the laminator is in the process of warming up, and I am going to, and there it goes beeping, so it is ready. Charlie, you need to lay down, bud. Come on, be a good boy. Lay down behind Mom. Take the cover here and let's get it glued on. There we go. Don't need a lot, just enough to hold it since it's going through the laminator anyway. And all I did was take some white cardstock and cut it to the 4x6 size to make the cover. And I'm adding my toolbox out of the same cardstock. And now I'm going to put this away, and I am going to open up my lamination sheet. I hope you guys all had a great New Year. I know somebody in our neighborhood did, because there was a lot of fireworks going off, and then a lot of sirens because they were at their home, and you're not allowed to do that here in BC. So somebody somewhere got in a bit of trouble. But well, it was lasted. The fireworks were nice to watch. I will give them that. Just trying to straighten it up a bit before I put it in the laminator, because of course once it's in there, there is no making it straight. Let me see. What I think I will do since you are causing me some grief, is put you right there like that. And put you right there like that. Oh, too close to the bottom. I'm going to come up one. Still leaving myself plenty of room to cut them apart. Okay. That's what's important to me, is to have plenty of room to cut them apart after they're laminated. As some of you pointed out in my last video, once laminated you shouldn't cut them, but I cut them and then I put them through the laminator again to reseal the cut side. So let me go and get these into my laminator. And of course, one moves ever so slightly. There we go. We'll put it in. I am using just a simple Weber laminator, and it's set to 3mm. I'm just going to put you on pause for a second while I get this straightened out the way I want it. So, as I was saying, sorry about that, I am using a Weber laminator set to the 3mm setting, and it will do it just fine. Now for the index cards, I've already figured out from my book here, being 6 inches long, I just look under the 6. I have to pull the very last peg. I have to pull peg 12. Whoops, there's a little shiny there. Okay, so let me just bring it forward. I've already cut my wire. It's ready to go. So I will hang that right on. Whoops. Oh, come on. There we go. We're getting it. Just give me one sec here. Sorry guys, I need more practice with this so that I can do it sideways. But I'm going to take 4 or 5 cards at a time and insert them. And I'm going to hang them as I go so that I don't have to worry about putting too many on. Okay? So make sure that it's right against the very back. I will show you. Where did it go? I was punching a sample for myself to cut the number of holes that I needed for my binding. And look, I didn't put it against the very back. This is the difference, okay? Now, here's another difference. I didn't pull peg 12 on purpose. So here we have nice space. We go along, we go along, we go along. We have a half cut. Right there. Little wee half cut. There, you can see it better now. She's right here. And the reason we got that half cut is because I did not pull peg 12. So peg 12 is pulled. They are pushed tight and flush to the back. I'm going to release my handle. Ah, there we go. I do not need to pull out my ruler. These are small enough to fit right on the base itself. Push it nice and firm and punch. And there we go. Just as simple as 1, 2, 3. Do a few more, and then I will put them on the wire. I love the spacing. Look at that. Even with two different piles, I am still able to get it nicely lined up. And now I'm going to slip them on there. He'll have lots of pages to log whatever he needs on here. And I'm also going to make him another log book where he can log the recycling that we do, because he loves to keep track of when he has taken it in, how many bottles, how much he made, because that helps. It all goes towards the kids, the grandkids. It helps with things like, Nanny, I want an ice cream when we go out to visit parks and stuff. You know, little treats along the way throughout the year. It helps with simple things like the Christmas gifts and so forth. So it's nice because our neighbors pay us in recycling for cleaning their driveways and stuff with the lawn tractor. So we do turn in a lot of recycling throughout the year. Alrighty, we're just going to continue punching here. This one is so easy. I don't have to remember to line things up or do any of that, because the card fits right onto the base. So if you're looking for a machine that can do all different sizes of paper and you want to do the smaller ones like the index cards, this is perfect. She is working the dream here. Alrighty. Now, I think that will be plenty of, well, I'm going to do a few more. And then we'll get the cover worked out. And what I'm going to do for the cover is just divide them into their own little squares. I'll show you here what I mean. And then we will punch it too. And yes, punching laminate on here, in case you didn't get to see my last video, is super easy. So here we go. We have laminated the front and the back. And now what I'm going to do is just cut them to the size that I want them. Where are my scissors? Or actually, you know what? Let's use the paper trimmer. I will paper trim these down to the size that I want, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so I took a minute or two and I also reran them through the laminator, so you didn't have to wait through that. And now we will punch these. Oh, here we go. Put this one down. And because of the lamination, I want to also pull pin 1, because I would get a half cut on this side. The shadow right here shows me that it would be a half cut, only because of the odd size due to the lamination. So I am going to take the chance, and I'm going to put pin 12 back in, and I'm going to pull pin 1. Doesn't say that in the book, but let's take the chance. It is, after all, simply cardstock. That is the back. Let's do the front. Now, the front will hang this way. Yes. If I make it wrong, I will simply go ahead and redo it. Just gonna move this one over. Nope, I'm gonna leave it the same, aren't I? Don't play with what worked. So, let's do this one. And your cover goes on first. Oh, I didn't punch quite enough, so this is an easy fix. I'm simply going to flip it over. Whoops, this way. Pull it all the way out. And go ahead and put my last one into the little holder on the side. I will show you guys in a second. For those who haven't seen before, there's a little peg here. Whoops. And you want to put the hole second to last into that peg. And you want to push down. It's a little bit harder with the laminate because the laminate is so slippery. I am going to bring peg 1 back into the game, and I'm going to remove peg 2 because it looks like it will not punch. There we go, we got her all fixed up. Before I do anything else, I'm going to put peg 2, whoops, back into the game. And then I'm going to put my cover on first. And then I need to put on my back cover, okay guys? Don't confuse that. If you have a design, oh, I missed a hole here. I will punch that quickly. If you had a design on your front cover and on your back cover, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and line the two designs up face to face, okay guys? I didn't pull it down far enough. Sorry guys. So let's remove this one from the punch and get it. Why are you not punching? Let me see. See, it's all about learning as we go. I'm going to put it into hole 2. There we go. There we go. I've got my 2 disengaged, and we'll do 1, and we'll see if that worked. There we go. Uh-oh. We did get a half punch. I didn't pull too far enough. You know what? I'm not going to worry about it. It's going in his toolbox. Nobody will even notice. Now, what I want to do now, okay, is show you. Let us say, supposedly, that you had a design on your cover. What you want to do is, if this said, say, Kevin, you would want to put it face down on top of the face of your cover, your front cover. Now you're thinking to yourself, Leslie, you're nuts. I'm not. The reason we do this is so that when we bind and we flip the cover to the back, it covers any opening that may remain. Now, when we punch, the first thing we must do is look at the top of our machine. Our wire is 5/8 of an inch, so that is where this is set, this arrow. If it was different, you would push the little knob in and you would turn it to 3/4 or half, wherever you need it to be, but mine is 5/8. Now what we're going to do is right in this opening right here, we are going to stick our wire. I'm going to try and do it backwards by looking at what you guys are seeing. So stick with me here, guys. You want both sides of your binding, okay, to touch the very back. So tuck it in there. Yeah, okay, tuck her in. Are you ready? This is where the magic happens. Push down, push down, push down. And you now have your book cinched together. You can set your cinch aside, flip the back and the front apart here. And you can see I was a little off in my punches, but practice makes perfect, so I will keep practicing. I should have punched more to this side, okay? But for Kevin, this will work perfectly. It gives him a tool log to go for and log all of his tools. So there we go. Practice makes perfect. I am going to practice a couple of more times and see what we can do. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope that whatever the new year brings you is a blessing. And we will talk again on Friday. Bye.